Once hailed as the future of motorcycling, these trikes are now collecting dust in dealer showrooms. From luxury tourers to experimental leaners, 7 Japanese machines promised the world but failed to deliver. Was it their weight, their price, or their complexity that turned riders away? And which one is the hidden bargain worth chasing? Stay with me until the end, because the last trike on this list might just be the smartest buy you'll ever make. Number 7. Suzuki Bergman 650 Executive Trike Conversion. At first glance, the Suzuki Bergman 650 Executive Trike Conversion might not look like your typical touring rig. It doesn't have the imposing stance of a full-size cruiser or the rugged charm of an adventure bike. Instead, it carves out a lane of its own, merging the convenience of a maxi scooter with the stability and practicality of a 3-wheeled trike. The result is a platform that's surprisingly competent and effortlessly approachable. You get the automatic twist-and-go simplicity of a scooter, combined with the confident stability of a trike, spacious under-seat storage, a wind tunnel-shaped fairing, and see complete the package. It might not have the flash of chrome or the rumble of a V-twin engine, but in today's hectic urban environment, practicality can outweigh pure style. The Bergman trike's appeal lies in its easy-to-use nature. Riders who might be daunted by heavy, manual transmission touring bikes will appreciate the scooter-like experience. Simply twist the throttle, and the machine glides forward without fuss. Whether navigating narrow city streets or handling stop-and-go traffic, the Bergman trike is designed to make life easier. No clutch, no shifting, just smooth, hassle-free riding. Under the hood, or rather under the fairing, the power comes from a liquid-cooled, parallel twin 4-stroke engine displacing 650 cubic centimeters. This power plant delivers 49 horsepower and 36 pound-feet of torque, which might not sound like much compared to big touring bikes, but it's more than sufficient for commuting and light touring. The Bergman trike has a curb weight of 680 pounds, balancing its substantial size with a low center of gravity. The continuously variable transmission makes shifting a non-issue, while the braking system combines front disc brakes with rear drum brakes to ensure dependable stopping power. The overall setup is designed for ease of use rather than high performance. Priced around $12,000, it sits comfortably in the mid-range bracket for 3-wheeled motorcycles. However, not everyone is sold on this unique configuration. Scooter purists argue that the Bergman trike is overly complicated, diluting the spirit of nimble, minimalist commuting that defines the scooter category. On the other hand, hardcore motorcycle enthusiasts dismiss it as a glorified scooter on training wheels. The biggest criticism, however, centers around its modest power band. When pushed on the highway, especially uphill or against headwinds, the engine feels strained. It can maintain highway speeds, but not with the effortless surge of a more powerful cruiser or a higher displacement trike. This performance gap leaves some riders questioning whether the Bergman trike truly fits the touring category. Dealerships have recognized the niche nature of the Bergman trike and adjusted their strategies accordingly. In an effort to move these units off the showroom floor, many have bundled extensive accessory kits with each sale. These packages often include practical upgrades like lockable top cases, chrome side moldings, heated grips, and pillion backrests. Some dealerships even add comfort-focused features like gel seating and all-weather floorboards. Financial incentives are also part of the deal. Buyers can find 0% interest for up to 12 months, trade-in bonuses worth up to $1,000, and even deferred payment options aimed at attracting commuters and older riders looking for a manageable, reliable ride. It may be practical, but the next trike takes things to the opposite extreme. An overstuffed luxury heavyweight that was once the king of the highway. Look, we dug through dealer floors and financing offers to uncover these 7 Japanese trike bargains. Now you know which trikes are overpriced hype and which are hidden steals. If this research just saved you hours of hunting, hit subscribe and give this video a like. Number 6. Honda Goldwing GL 1800 Trike. There was a time when the Honda Goldwing GL 1800 Trike was more than just a motorcycle. It was the gold standard for long-distance riding comfort. This was a machine engineered for riders who didn't just want to get from one place to another, they wanted to arrive in unmatched luxury. Adding a third wheel to this legendary touring bike transformed it into something completely new, a fortress on wheels. This wasn't just about getting to your destination. It was about enjoying every mile along the way with a sense of grandeur. The Goldwing Trike's appeal lies in its perfect blend of comfort and power. Riders are greeted with plush, two-up seating that feels more like an armchair than a motorcycle seat. The sculpted hard saddlebags are not just spacious, but also meticulously designed to balance the bike's massive frame. Cruise control takes the stress out of long stretches on the open road, while the wind tunnel-tested fairing keeps buffeting to a minimum, allowing for a smooth, peaceful ride even at highway speeds. It also comes with modern amenities like heated grips, which make those chilly morning rides a bit more bearable. At the heart of this touring behemoth is a horizontally opposed six-cylinder engine displacing 1,800 cubic centimeters. This power plant churns out an impressive 120 horsepower and 110 foot-pounds of torque. It's an engine built for effortless cruising, whether you're tackling mountain passes or sweeping coastal highways. The Goldwing Trike tips the scales at 974 pounds, balancing its considerable weight with a seat height of 29.1 inches. The braking system features link braking for enhanced stopping power, while the adjustable suspension ensures a smooth ride, even on uneven roads. This combination of weight, braking, and suspension makes the Trike remarkably stable and reliable on long-distance journeys. Yet with all that comfort and power comes a downside. The Honda Goldwing Trike's price tag can easily soar well past $25,000, making it an investment few younger riders can justify. That initial cost doesn't include the premium accessory packages many dealerships push, which can add several $1,000s more. Moreover, its sheer size and physical footprint present challenges. It barely fits into a standard garage, requires a wider parking lane, and demands genuine skill to navigate through tight urban areas. For newer riders or those dealing with aging joints, the sheer heft and turning radius can be daunting. In a motorcycle landscape increasingly dominated by nimble adventure bikes and compact sport tours, the Goldwing Trike can feel like a heavyweight relic. Despite its shifting status in the market, many dealerships continue to bank on its strong legacy. You will still find the Goldwing Trike prominently displayed, often under spotlights with premium signage, as sales teams deliver passionate pitches to retirees and cross-country enthusiasts. But the enthusiasm that once surrounded this model has waned. Gone are the days of back-to-back test rides and bustling showrooms. Now these units sit on the floor, gathering dust, as more and more riders gravitate toward models like the Africa Twin or other mid-size cruisers that offer similar touring capabilities without the bulk. Big, bold, and expensive, yet the next machine proves that futuristic engineering can flop just as hard as old-school bulk. Number 5. Yamaha Nikon. When Yamaha unveiled the Nikon, it didn't just turn heads, it left jaws on the floor. This wasn't just a motorcycle. It looked like something pulled straight from a futuristic concept sketch and brought to life. With two front wheels capable of leaning in perfect synchronization, Yamaha promised an entirely new riding experience. They claimed the Nikon would revolutionize front-end grip, cornering stability, and rider confidence. Built on the MT-09 platform, it was designed to be the evolution of the sport bike, a high-adrenaline machine that could slice through corners with the intensity of a supersport, but without the fear of losing front-end traction. To some, it looked like the future of riding. To others, it looked like an engineering experiment gone too far. The Nikon's standout feature is its unique dual front-wheel system. This setup allows the bike to lean like a conventional motorcycle while providing increased stability and traction, especially in low-grip conditions. The design aimed to offer the thrill of a sport bike without the usual risk of front-end washouts. Yamaha's pitch was simple. More grip means more speed through corners. Yet while this theory made sense on paper, the practical reception was mixed. At the heart of the Nikon is a liquid-cooled, inline three-cylinder engine that displaces 849 cubic centimeters. This power plant produces 106 horsepower and 62 foot-pounds of torque, delivering a lively and spirited performance. The Nikon tips the scales at 538 pounds, giving it a substantial yet manageable presence on the road. The seat height stands at 30.7 inches, which strikes a balance between sporty ergonomics and everyday comfort. The front suspension features dual forks with electronic adjustment capabilities, while the rear suspension remains a monoshock setup designed for sport riding. Braking duties are handled by twin disc brakes at the front and a single disc at the rear, delivering solid stopping power. All of this comes packaged with a price tag of approximately $16,000, making it a premium yet intriguing option for those seeking something different. But despite the innovative design and ambitious engineering, the Nikon struggled to capture the market's enthusiasm. When it first hit dealerships, curiosity was high. Riders lined up for demo rides, intrigued by the bike's unusual appearance and bold promises. However, that initial curiosity did not translate into long-term commitment. After test rides, many riders found themselves saying, "It's cool, but not for me." The complexity of the suspension system proved intimidating to some. The dual front forks doubled maintenance requirements, and replacing 2 front tires instead of 1 seemed like a hassle. Independent mechanics were hesitant to take on the challenge, and some parts were not easily available, raising concerns about long-term support from Yamaha. However, the Nikon isn't for everyone, and that's precisely the point. This bike appeals to those who value uniqueness and innovation over conventional design. If you prefer blending in, there are plenty of standard sport bikes on the market. But if you want a ride that makes people stop, stare, and ask questions at every gas station, the Nikon is waiting for you. Not tucked away in a warehouse, not listed online, right at your local dealership. And as we leave the bold, strange world of dual front-wheeled sport bikes behind, we return next to the timeless appeal of cruisers, where one machine's retro charm couldn't stop it from being one of the hardest sells on showroom floors today. If 3 wheels up front feels too weird, the next Trike shows how a retro cruiser design can still struggle to win buyers. Number 4, Suzuki Intruder C800 Trike. This Trike is quite unique, combining timeless cruiser aesthetics with the added stability of a 3-wheel conversion. It promised riders the best of both worlds. A classic cruiser look with the confidence of 3-wheel support. The long, low-profile, sweeping chrome fenders and classic teardrop fuel tank echoed the golden age of cruiser design. Meanwhile, the Trike kit added stability for those wary of 2-wheel balance. Designed to appeal to nostalgia seekers who miss the rumble and swagger of mid-century machines, it offered an approachable platform for both seasoned and novice riders alike, turning heads with its retro charm and distinct 3-wheel stance. The engine is a liquid-cooled V-twin, displacing 800 cubic centimeters, delivering 50 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque. It features a 5-speed transmission with a shaft drive system for smooth and consistent power delivery. Weighing 750 pounds, the Trike is equipped with a single front disc brake and dual drum brakes at the rear. The front suspension consists of telescopic forks with coil spring and oil damping, while the rear utilizes a swing arm with dual shock absorbers, providing balanced ride comfort for urban cruising and highway touring alike. This setup aims to maintain a traditional cruiser feel while adding the stability and practicality of a Trike format. When it first hit the scene, the Intruder C800 Trike turned heads with its combination of old-school aesthetics and modern practicality. Riders who valued vintage looks but needed the added confidence of a Trike found it to be an intriguing option. The rumbling V-twin, combined with the low-slung stance, offered a sense of nostalgia that many cruiser fans appreciated. However, as time went on, the Trike's appeal began to wane, especially as competitors introduced more modern, fuel-injected cruisers with advanced features. One of the biggest challenges for the Intruder C800 Trike was competition from newer models featuring fuel injection, adjustable suspension, and anti-lock braking systems. Riders today expect responsive throttle mapping and crisp braking performance. Yet the C800 Trike retains its original carbureted powertrain and basic drum brakes on the rear axle, making it feel increasingly dated. As modern cruiser designs shifted toward sharper lines, LED lighting, and digital instrumentation, the Intruder's classic styling struggled to compete, leaving it feeling more like a relic than a retro revival. Another significant issue was the lack of dealership support for aftermarket Trike conversions. Many showrooms lack specialized technicians or parts inventories needed to service 3-wheel conversions, leading to long wait times for repairs and customization. Routine maintenance often required additional labor, especially for tasks like axle alignment and custom drive shaft servicing, jobs that most local mechanics were not equipped to handle. This gap in dealer readiness undermined buyer confidence. causing potential owners to look elsewhere for more convenient and reliable options. The original manufacturer's suggested retail price was $9,500, making it reasonably affordable for a three-wheel cruiser. However, the cost of conversion kits, combined with installation fees, quickly pushed the final price higher. To address slow sales, dealers started offering comprehensive service packages and loyalty discounts to offset conversion costs and reassure buyers. Warranty extensions were introduced to cover three-wheel kit components, and some showrooms included complimentary annual inspections for trike-specific parts. Financing promotions often bundled the conversion kit price with the base motorcycle loan, reducing the upfront expense. Despite these efforts, inventory levels remained high, and showrooms continued to display multiple Intruder C800 trikes gathering dust. Classic Chrome didn't save it, but the next one tried brute touring power and vintage flair to grab attention. Number 3. Kawasaki Vulcan 1700 Voyager Trike. If you have ever dreamed of conquering the open road with vintage flair and full-size presence, the Kawasaki Vulcan 1700 Voyager Trike might just be your ticket to ride. This trike is a powerful homage to classic American touring bikes, wrapped in sweeping body panels, oversized fenders, and a twin headlight fairing that looks like it was carved from the spirit of the 60s. The heart of this touring behemoth is a liquid-cooled V-twin engine displacing 1,700 cubic centimeters. This powerhouse delivers 71 horsepower and 90 foot-pounds of torque, offering a satisfying blend of low-end grunt and mid-range pull. The engine's character is unmistakable, smooth, steady, and reliable, making it perfect for long-haul rides where torque and comfort matter more than outright speed. The Voyager Trike tips the scales at 1,035 pounds. It features a shaft drive for smooth power delivery and consistent low-end torque, reducing maintenance compared to chain-driven counterparts. The front end is equipped with dual disc brakes, while the rear relies on a single disc, providing solid and predictable stopping power. Up front, a telescopic fork suspension absorbs road imperfections, while a swing arm with dual shocks in the rear maintains stability and comfort on extended journeys. The Trike's original manufacturer's suggested retail price was $27,000, positioning it as a premium touring option. However, despite its strong build and classic appeal, the Voyager Trike hasn't been an easy sell. While some riders appreciate its throwback design and analog charm, others feel that it lacks modern amenities. In today's touring segment, dominated by ride-by-wire throttles, touchscreen infotainment, smartphone integration, and adaptive cruise control, the Voyager can feel like it's playing catch-up. Many buyers, especially younger ones, expect more advanced technology for the price. When lined up against premium trikes from both domestic and international brands, Kawasaki's offering can seem like a value play in a market where perception often outweighs performance. Kawasaki's dealerships have responded by doubling down on the Voyager Trike's classic appeal. Many have significantly reduced the original price, slashing thousands off to make the bike more accessible. Additionally, they offer extended warranties at no extra charge, loyalty rebates for existing Kawasaki owners, and free scheduled maintenance for the first year. Financing options have also become more flexible, with some dealers providing zero-down financing plans that stretch payments across 7 full years. But numbers and incentives aside, the real story lies in the ride itself. The Voyager Trike makes its case the moment you roll on the throttle. The engine pulls like a freight train from low RPM, delivering a steady surge of torque that makes highway cruising a breeze. The shaft drive minimizes maintenance while providing smooth power delivery with none of the jerky chain lash that can plague other setups. Luggage space is another standout feature. The hard saddlebags and spacious top case rival the cargo capacity of some small cars, allowing riders to pack generously for extended trips. The Trike's wide stance not only gives it a commanding presence on the road, but also enhances cornering stability, making it feel planted even when leaned over. Older riders and those seeking an alternative to models like the Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide or the Can-Am Spyder will appreciate the Voyager's balanced approach, familiar cruiser charm blended with practical touring functionality. If the Voyager feels like a throwback tank, the next Trike is its polar opposite, lightweight, stripped down, and built for pure practicality. Number 2, Honda CTX 700N Trike conversion. At the intersection of minimalism and stability, the Honda CTX 700N trike conversion stands as a bold experiment in accessible motorcycling. This three-wheeled adaptation of Honda's commuter-friendly platform is all about practicality. It skips the chrome, skips the clutch, and cuts straight to the essence of riding. With its low seat height, direct handling, and fully automatic dual-clutch transmission, the CTX Trike is purpose-built for riders who prioritize confidence and ease over noise and swagger. For those not looking to impress with roaring exhaust notes or aggressive styling, the CTX Trike's understated approach is a welcome change. It's a machine that doesn't demand much from the rider, making it especially appealing to those just getting into motorcycling or those looking for a no-nonsense commuter. This is a trike that you don't just ride, you live with. It blends seamlessly into everyday life without fuss or intimidation. Under the frame lies a liquid-cooled parallel twin engine that displaces 670 cubic centimeters. This power plant delivers 47 horsepower and 50 foot-pounds of torque, enough for most commuting scenarios in light touring. The CTX Trike has a curb weight of 498 pounds, making it one of the lighter trikes on the market. The front suspension is a telescopic fork, while the rear features dual shocks, designed to absorb everyday road imperfections. Braking duties are handled by dual disc brakes up front and a single disc at the rear, providing reliable stopping power. The low seat height makes mounting and dismounting a breeze, adding to its overall accessibility. Priced at around $7,800, it is positioned as an affordable entry into three-wheeled motorcycling. However, simplicity can be a double-edged sword. While the pared-down layout of the CTX works well for accessibility, it comes at the cost of excitement. On paper, the engine's torque sounds sufficient, but on the road, the power delivery feels somewhat underwhelming. Acceleration is adequate for city commuting, but noticeably tapers off above 4,000 revolutions per minute. Long uphill climbs or overtaking at highway speeds can feel sluggish. Additionally, the muted engine tone doesn't offer the visceral feedback that cruiser riders typically crave. There is no growl, no drama, just quiet, efficient power. For some, that's ideal. For others, it's downright uninspiring. Aesthetics are another sticking point. The minimal fairing, blocky rear profile, and single-piece saddle look more utilitarian than expressive. It lacks the sweeping lines or dramatic fender flares typical of classic trikes. Riders who come from a cruiser background often overlook it in showrooms, gravitating instead towards models draped in chrome and character. In contrast, the CTX feels more like a pragmatic tool than a machine designed to stir the soul. It's a spreadsheet turned into a motorcycle, a calculated choice rather than an emotional one. And here's the twist. For the right rider, this machine delivers exactly what is needed. For those who are new to motorcycling, older riders, or anyone looking for an unintimidating daily commuter, the CTX 700N Trike is a hidden gem. It's approachable from every angle. No shifting gears, no worrying about balance at red lights, just twist the throttle and go. Its light curb weight, stable geometry, and neutral handling make it a breeze to maneuver in tight urban environments or parking lots. It's not designed to impress at bike meets, but it excels at the one thing that matters most to some riders, being easy to live with. Simple and approachable, yes, but the final trike in our list aimed to fuse sport touring pedigree with three-wheel stability, and that gamble didn't quite land. Number 1. Yamaha FGR 1300 Trike Conversion. At the other end of the spectrum lies the Yamaha FGR 1300 Trike Conversion, an audacious blend of high-speed sport touring and trike class stability. Built off Yamaha's celebrated long-distance sport platform, this machine was designed to deliver race-engineered performance with long-haul comfort. Now reinterpreted through a three-wheel conversion kit, it trades some of its legendary agility for enhanced stability and cargo capacity. It's the touring bike for riders who once lived for corner apexes, but now seek comfort and reassurance at highway speeds. Beneath the sculpted fairing lies a liquid-cooled inline-4 engine, displacing 1,300 cubic centimeters. This engine delivers 126 horsepower and 98 pound-feet of torque, providing ample power for both long-distance touring and spirited highway runs. Weighing 675 pounds, the FJR Trike features dual-disc front brakes, a single rear disc, and sport-tuned suspension with telescopic front forks and a single rear shock. This setup maintains the bike's signature stability on straightaways, while offering decent damping for touring comfort. The braking system, paired with the bike's weight and balanced suspension, ensures reliable stopping power even when fully loaded for a cross-country trip. The concept of transforming this two-wheeled thoroughbred into a trike was ambitious from the start. Turning a sport touring machine into a three-wheeler wasn't as simple as adding a conversion kit. The extended rear track significantly lengthens the wheelbase, altering the bike's natural turn and feel. As a result, it requires more handlebar input during mid-corner corrections, making tight curves and switchbacks feel more deliberate. Riders accustomed to the nimble feedback of the two-wheeled FJR often find the trike version slower to respond, especially during city riding or canyon carving. At higher speeds, however, the trike remains composed, maintaining stability on wide highways and long stretches of open road. One of the major obstacles for the FJR Trike is its price, $16,500. Conversion kits can add several $1,000s more, and installation is typically not a do-it-yourself job. Most riders rely on professional shops, which adds labor charges and can extend delivery timelines. This niche appeal, performance touring riders interested in trikes, shrinks even further when the final invoice is tallied. For younger or budget-conscious buyers, the numbers simply don't add up, making the FJR Trike a hard sell. Dealerships were cautious from the outset. Few stocked the converted models, instead offering the Trike setup as a specialty upgrade to be ordered and installed upon request. This cautious approach proved wise as the demand never materialized. Riders who wanted the performance and feel of the FJR preferred the traditional two-wheeled format, while those seeking trike comfort gravitated towards dedicated three-wheelers like the Goldwing or larger cruiser-based trikes. The FJR Trike, caught awkwardly in between, often failed to attract a clear customer base. In an attempt to generate interest, Yamaha dealers offered promotional bundles that included heated grips, ride mode remapping, and hard case luggage systems. Some dealerships even absorbed part of the conversion cost with loyalty rebates or factory credits. Financing options like zero-interest plans and extended warranties became common, especially for those trading in older touring models. Despite these incentives, many unsold units and dealer demos still linger on showroom floors, serving as a reminder of Yamaha's gamble on this high-concept hybrid. Which of these trikes would you actually ride home? Drop your pick in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't miss the next video, so hit subscribe and give this one a like.